Hello, readers. This week I bring to you a book that is very weird for me. I finished reading the book, but I still haven't decided on if I like the book or not, or what my true feelings about the book are. I still have mixed feelings about the book. So, the book is called Room by Emma Donoghue, which is an interesting book, but also a very weird kind of a book because it's written from the perspective of a 5 year old. This 5 year old has not seen the world, and the only thing that he knows is a 12 by 12 room where he lives or is imprisoned in with his mother. For this 5 year old, this room is his entire universe, and everything outside that room is outer space or make believe. He just knows the outside world through a television set, and everything is make believe on television. So he doesn't believe that there are anybody else living outside, or if there is anything else outside. He cannot imagine what the outside is like. The only thing that he truly believes in is what he can see inside his room. He refers to things inside his room as wardrobe, rug, bed. He thinks of them as his friend. He says good night to them before sleeping. He talks to them, talks about them like they're real people. And his vocabulary is in general very weird, which takes like a few pages to get used to. So the story is split into two parts. The first part is where you see Jack living in his environment, in that room where he's eating, he's watching TV, he's reading, he's doing physical ed in that 12 by 12 room, like he's running around, he's observing things. They don't have windows in the room, but they have a skylight where they can look out the sky. Um, so he has a bit of an idea. He calls the sun the face of God. So that's one part of the story. And then there's this great escape where he, uh, with the help of his mother, runs out and then helps find his mother and set his mother free. So the second part of the story, where the mother is free and Jack is free, they are getting used to living outside, as in the open, as free people. For his mother, it's easier because she already knows what freedom is like. But for him, it's very different. The outside world is new, unreal. It's loud, bright. A gentle breeze is too windy for him, where he thinks the wind is slapping his face. And in general, his discovery of the world, the real world, which is very normal for you and me, is very different for him. Where obviously he doesn't like things, he's throwing tantrums because he wants to go back to his room, which for him is a safe place. And in general, it's a prison for both mother and son. His concept of people is different. He doesn't know who to make friends with. He's learning things. He has zero social skills. So it's like a whole relearning process in the second bit. And he's not happy being out because for him, being in that room was everything. And he feels unsafe outside, whereas he was unsafe on the inside in his room because that's where he was imprisoned. But that is where I have my mixed feelings, where I don't really know if I should sympathize with him or I should just understand his point of view. So I really don't know what to feel about the book, and I really don't know if I want to suggest anyone to read the book either. But I mean, really, I don't know what to say about the book. So if I've pretty much explained the whole story to you, so if you want to read it, you may. But for me, I still don't understand what I want to say about the book because it's a different book from what I usually read. And I don't know if I was able to make a connection with the book in any way. Because to be very honest, there was no particular ending that I was looking forward to. But because there was no ending like that. And even the story itself, it was that escape part was an interesting bit about the story, but besides that, everything was just it's trying to understand how a 5 year old is taking his world, his safe place, which is not safe. I mean, we would not consider it safe, but for him, it is. It is his entire world, his entire universe. And then when he's out, which is normal for us, it seems like a very unusual place for him, where he's trying to learn how to talk to people, where he doesn't know how to interact with others, other humans, animals, in general, anything on the outside. So he's learning all of that. And then his mother, who's been in prison for 7 years, who's lost one child before him, who's going through another whole mental breakdown, is trying to cope with that trauma. And that is also another thing that I don't understand. If somebody's been imprisoned for 7 years, they've been living in isolation, I think, wouldn't it be normal for them to look for company when they come out? Wouldn't they want to be around people who they are sure love them and they would care for them and they would protect them instead of opting to live alone? Because that's what Jack's mother decided to do. She decided to live alone, which I personally feel is a little off, because if I am placing myself in a position where I've been in isolation for 7 years, I and when I'm let out, I would want to be surrounded by people who love me, and who will make me feel protected. So I don't know what mental place she was in. For a book that I did not really enjoy, or maybe I did, but I don't know. I've been rambling too much about it. So I guess if you want to read it, go ahead read it. I think there is a movie made at the same background, same gist of the story. I'm not sure, but you should go and search for it. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. Come back here next week because I'm going to read another book and tell you about that. And that one's an interesting book. It is part of a series that I've read previously. So I'll be talking about that. And I'll see you next week then. Bye bye.